Out of all the crazy things I've done in my life, nothing tops this one. Madam Toastmaster and contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. 18 years ago, I was 32 years old. Go ahead, do the math. I was still single and naive. And one day I decided that it'd be a good idea to run an ad in the newspaper to find a girlfriend. But I wasn't going to run just a small little personals ad like you see in the classifieds. Oh no. I ran a half-page newspaper ad. This one right here. Go big or go home. That's my motto. Why on earth would I do such a thing? Let me explain. This was back in 1995. Al Gore had barely invented the internet. So there was no Match.com or eHarmony.com or MySpace, Facebook, I'm really not a stalker.com. Nothing like that. Secondly, I had just moved to Visalia from Los Angeles, where I was born and raised. I knew nobody up here in the Central Valley. I came up here to work. And I was kind of shy. This was before Toastmasters. So one day, after I had broken up with a girl I dated with Tulare for a while, I was sitting home one lonely Saturday night, and I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write an ad and run it in the newspaper. Thought about it for a while, and then the headline came to me. So I wrote it down. LA man moves to Visalia and discovers that all the nicest girls here are already taken. Can you prove him wrong? If you're a woman, you're going to read that ad, every word of it. And they did. This was the best thing I've ever done so far, besides Toastmasters. This ad was the talk of the town in Visalia and Tulare. They even did a front page article about me on the front page of the Times Delta the next weekend with a big picture of me and the stacks of mail that I got as responses from all these sweet, pretty girls that wanted to meet me. Because I was overwhelmed with responses, dozens and dozens of them. I was in heaven. This was unreal. I became a dating machine for 6 weeks straight. Lunch and dinner every single day with a different girl. I was in heaven. But it was very expensive. I didn't care. I was having the time of my life. The only thing, I was living in abject fear. You see, I told a big a big lie in this ad. I told them that I was 5'10", 170 pounds. Well, I was 170 pounds then, but I have never in my life been 5'10". I'm 5'8", 5'9" on a good day. But when I wrote this ad, I knew one thing. No girl wants to date a short guy. Girls like tall guys. So I was just horrified if one of them would discover my secret. None of them did. Luckily, I had such a good time, I'm going to have to tell you the rest of the story when you come back to the humorous contest, if I make it that far, to tell you about the intense competition among the girls, the catfights, the tiebreakers, the Victoria's Secret models. I hope I make it that far, and I hope I'm tall enough to enter Madam Toastmaster.